Some of the things Mr. Shope taught me starting at age 25, some things came quickly, some things came easily. Setting goals, that was easy. We're going to talk about that later on. But this one I had to struggle with, personal development. It was hard for me to give up my old blame list. It was so comfortable blaming the government and blaming my negative relatives and the company policy, unions, wage scale, economy, interest rates, prices and circumstances and all that. That was difficult for me to give up. It was quite a transition for me to make and blaming myself. But Mr. Shope started out with something very, very important. Let me give that to you. He said, it's not what happens that determines the major part of your future. It's not what happens. What happens, happens to us all. He said the key is what you do about it. It's not what happens, it's what you do about it. And he said if you will start that process of change, do something different the next 90 days than you did the last 90 days, like picking up the books to read. Do something different like the new health disciplines, relationship with your family, whatever it is, doesn't matter how small it is. If you'll start doing different things with the same circumstances, since we cannot change the circumstances, but we can change ourselves. We can change what we do. Then he gave me another secret to success when he said, what you have at the moment, Mr. Rohn, you've attracted by the person you've become. What you have at the moment, you've attracted by the person you've become. Few little simple principles here. Once you understand these, it starts to explain so much. Now, sometimes it's a little tough to take, blaming yourself instead of the marketplace. Taking responsibility instead of putting it off on someone else. That transition sometimes is a challenging mission. And this one was a little tough for me. He said, Mr. Rohn, you've got pennies in your pocket, you've got nothing in the bank, the creditors are calling, you're behind on your promises. He says, here's how that occurs. You've attracted, up until now, you've attracted the things to you because of the person you've become. Now I said, well, how can I change all that? He said, very simple. If you will change, everything will change for you. You don't have to change what's outside. All you've got to change is what's inside. To have more, you simply have to become more. And then he said, don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. Don't wish for less problems, wish for more skills. Start working on yourself, making these personal changes. And he said, it'll all change for you. So let's talk a little bit about personal development. That extraordinary adventure I undertook starting at age 25. And I've never ceased that adventure. I'm still going for it in the 90s. I want to get better and better. I want my craft to get better, my business operations to get better, things I do to get better. Once I picked up this simple formula, I'm telling you, it's easy to figure out where the problem is and go to work on it. Now, let's talk about personal development. And in helping kids understand personal development,
hey, what's up, my friend Calic and I here. In a moment, I'm going to step into my office here at my home and pull out my computer.
I always start with money. Now, money's not the only place to start. Money certainly isn't the only value, but we've all got to start somewhere. Money's something you can count, right? Kids are interested in money. Okay. A lot of things are a little tougher to measure, but economics is pretty easy, right? Because you can count. Somebody says, how are you doing? You say, I don't know. Let's count. Now, this is not the only count. I understand that. There's a lot of other things to count. But to see if there may be some errors in your judgment and lack of disciplines in your life, we might as well start with money. Because it's so easy to count. So let's just start there and see whether or not maybe we have stopped. Okay. So here's how I explain it to kids. We get paid for bringing value to the marketplace. Key to understanding economics. We get paid for bringing value to the marketplace. Marketplace is also described as reality. Reality, the marketplace. Now, it takes time. It takes time to bring value to the marketplace, but we don't get paid for time. Very important for kids to understand, as well as adults. You don't get paid for time. Mistakenly, the man says, well, I'm making about $20 for an hour. Not true. Not true. If that was true, you could just stay home, have them send your money. No, it's not true. You don't get paid for the hour. You get paid for the value you put in the time. So we don't get paid for time, we get paid for value. Now, since that's true, here's one of the key questions of the afternoon. Is it possible to become twice as valuable and make twice as much money in the same time? Is it possible to become 3 times as valuable as you now are and make 3 times as much money in the same time? Is that possible? Of course. If you want to really emphasize something, that's a good phrase. Of course. Of course. Okay. Now, all you have to do to earn more money in the same time is simply become more valuable. America is unique. It's a ladder to climb. It starts down here, what, about $4 an hour? Big argument last year in Congress about the starting place. Should be 5, should be 5, should be 5. Well, no, it doesn't need to be 5. Why not start with 4? It's a ladder. This is not a bed. This is a ladder. It's a ladder to climb. Starts at $4. Now somebody says, well, should be 5, should be 5. Well, maybe. If you're going to stay at the bottom for the rest of your life, it probably should be 5. But that's kind of a pitiful way to live. Start and not grow. Start and not change. Start and not become more valuable. Hey, the whole scenario of life is to start, number 1, and what? Become more valuable, number 2. So America is a ladder to climb. Starts at $4 an hour, and the more valuable you become, you just keep moving up the ladder. Top income last year, what, 52 million? Guy that runs Disney? Would a company pay somebody for 1 year's work $52 million? And the answer is, of course. This is one of those of course places. Of course. If you help a company make $1 billion, would they pay you $52 million? The answer is, of course. It's chicken feed. I mean, that's not much money. Now, why that much money? Because he has become so valuable. Now, why would we pay somebody only $4 an hour? They're not very valuable to the marketplace. Now, we got to make that distinction, to the marketplace. Might be a valuable brother, a valuable member of the community, valuable member of the church, valuable member in the sight of God, to the human family, of course, those kind of values. But to the marketplace, which is called what? Reality. Reality is, if you're not very valuable, you don't get much money. Those are called the facts. I mean, that's how that is. Well, then, how do you get more money? Simple answer. Somebody says, well, I'll go on strike for more. Well, here's a major problem with that. Here's a major problem with that. You can't get rich by demand. Somebody says, well, I'm waiting for a raise. I'm telling you, it's easier to climb. Wait for a raise. Why not just become more valuable rather than wait? I'm telling you, that's the key to all good things. Becoming more valuable. Why would we pay somebody $400 an hour? They become more valuable to the marketplace. See how this works? I'm telling you, this stuff is so easy. This is America. This is a ladder. How far is it from 4 to 5? I'm telling you, it's not far. $4 to $5 an hour? If you work for McDonald's, haul out the trash, they'll pay you $5 an hour. If you whistle while you haul out the trash, they'll pay you $5 an hour. I'm telling you. You'll get an extra $1 just for a good attitude. Yay, McDonald's. Wear the hat. Incredible. $5. And then you just keep becoming more valuable, more valuable, more valuable. I got a telephone call 5 years ago. Company said, we're ready to expand internationally. We need some help. I was sort of semi-retired. Looking for the next exotic beach. I said, no, Mr. Rohn, we got a project for you. Going to expand internationally. We could use your help. Next little while, we'll add some millions to your fortune, make it worth your while. I said, okay. I thought later, isn't that interesting that they called me? My second thought was, of course they'd call me. Who else would they call? I mean, you know, I can get the job done. Now, how come I got a telephone call worth millions? I had become valuable. Now, I'm a farm boy from Idaho. I was raised in obscurity. 1 year of college, and I thought I was thoroughly educated. Made all kinds of mistakes galore. At age 25, the creditors are calling me saying, hey, you told us the check was in the mail. I got pennies in my pocket. I got nothing in the bank. I'm behind on my promises. How come I get a telephone call 5 years ago and it's worth millions? I changed. I turned my life around. Is it possible to become worth millions? Speaking economically, now there's a lot of values to become, but let's just talk economics. Is it possible to become that valuable? And the answer is, of course, of course. Now let me give you the secret. Shoaff said, here's the secret, Mr. Rohn. Learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Once I got that, it turned my life around. Learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. He said, if you work hard on your job, you'll make a living. If you work hard on yourself, you can make a fortune. If you would have known me at age 25, you would have said, Jim Rohn's a hard worker. You'd have known me. You'd have said that. I'm the guy, I don't mind coming a little bit early, staying a little bit late. I don't mind that. You'd have said, well, Jim Rohn's a hard worker. You say, well, how come he's got pennies in his pocket and nothing in the bank and behind on his promises? Well, I was a hard worker, but I was working hard on my job, not on myself. I'm telling you, if you'll learn that simple little principle and start the process today, latest tomorrow, I'll give you tonight to think it over. And start this whole process of personal development, work on yourself, make yourself more valuable to the marketplace. I'm telling you, you can so dynamically change your income, and economics is the least of the values that you can start earning in terms of equity. Have you ever heard that if you...
Of course. All right, guys. I want to congratulate you guys for being on the call. What was your biggest takeaways from Mr. Jim Rohn back in the day when it was $4 an hour? Efren, Felicia, welcome, guys. I congratulate you guys. So type in the chat. I'm going to pull up the chat. Where's the chat? What was your biggest takeaways? Yes. So we get paid directly how much value we provide to the marketplace. All right. And what he's saying is, is more value. All right. The more valuable you are, the more you provide solutions and not problems, the more money you're going to have. All right. It's not what happens to you, but it's what you do about it, right? We're going to come into challenges. We're going to come into a lot of things. You know, we have the Citrus Heights property. We're having unexpected costs already. And we're finding solutions. We're figuring it out. It's not what happens. It's what you do about it, right? If we work harder, if we work hard on our job, we'll make a living. If we work you'll make a fortune. I love that word, fortune. Right? For what we all have right now, it's because we have attracted it. Right? Success is looking for a place to go. And you are what you attract. Right? You hear that people always say, why does this always happen to me? Why do bad things always happen? Because they're attracting that, right? You attract who you are. It directly reflects what we have. If you change, everything will change. We have to become more. Right? Don't wish. This is another one. Don't wish it was easier, wish for more skill. Wish you were better. Don't wish it was easy, wish that you had more skill. We get paid for the value we bring to the marketplace, right? So do we look at, and this is mindset, right, guys? This is a mindset. So I'm going to read off some of the people. We get paid based on the value we provide. Personal development to become more valuable in the marketplace. Personal development and income is very closely related, right? If you notice, more times than not, the wealthy, huge personal development or providing value themselves. Michael Huggins is one of the guys that I know who's probably the most immersed into personal development. He was the #1 income earner last year, 29 years old, right? Work harder on yourself than you do on your job. It's not what happens, but what you do about it. You do not get paid per hour. You get paid for the value you bring in that hour, right? Learn to work harder on yourself. Success is a place to go. We need to change what's inside for personal development, right? So do you focus on the problem or do you focus on the solution? Do you get flustered and overwhelmed? Do you wish it was easier? Or do you focus on becoming better so that it becomes easy? All right, things are always going to happen to you, right? How we react to it, that's going to determine. Are you behind on your promises? Job will make you a living. You're going to make a fortune. So how do we become more valuable? Give me some examples. How do we become more valuable as far as this business? Okay, Efren, so what do you mean by more knowledge? So if you guys had all the knowledge, which you guys have all the knowledge at your fingertips, does that make you more valuable? No, it doesn't. Right? Applied knowledge does. Just because we have the classes to show people how to do a foreclosure, get them out of a foreclosure, how do we provide value to them? By applying the knowledge that we have and, helping others, right? You guys are saying that by providing solutions, by being a leader, right? You're leading them, serving others, providing, helping others, personal growth, right? You become more valuable by leading people to the solution, right? What's the best for them and helping them out, right? Creating win-win. Now, don't get it twisted. Win-win does not always mean equal, okay? by creating win-win scenarios, being more valuable, providing the knowledge that we have, the resources that we have. Why are the top income earners making the most money? Because they provide the most value, they help people, they implement what they learn, and they continually grow. All right, we went over the 30-day blitz. What did you guys see was that one of the top things we focused on? All right, we focused on mindset training, personal growth, and then our classes, and then what else? Implementing it, right? Which was contacting, looking at properties, making offers. Yeah, you guys need to, attending this stuff and doing all this stuff, yes, but we need to implement it. We need to consciously, learn it, not just going through the motions. And you're not going to be valuable, or, the guys who are the most valuable put in the extra time, right? If you want to be more valuable, depending on where you're at, right, educating ourselves on how to become more valuable, applying our knowledge, our classes, going through the educations and implementing it, going out there, adding more value, creating win-win situations, working on our mindset. So if we instill confidence in others, they're going to instill confidence in themselves. We're going to be able to help them out. You're being more valuable to show people how to pay a 30-year mortgage off in less of the times. Teaching people what we have going on. You're being valuable by showing them Renatus. Now, when it comes to real estate, how can we be more valuable, right, in the marketplace? So you guys are talking about educating yourself and growing. That's great. But how do you guys transition that into the marketplace? Because we've been going through these classes. We've been doing this stuff. How do we transition that? I think this is something you guys need to sit down this week and really ask yourself, how can I be of value? Right? We're all at different places, right? So we have value you can easily, with our resources, right? So we each have different currencies, right? These are the 5 currencies, okay? Time, relationships, knowledge, credit, and money. And that in that order, okay? So to become valuable, these are the currencies that happen. The currencies that you can trade off to create more value. If I have more time and less money, that's what I'm going to provide. Relationships and knowledge, I can leverage that. I have good credit. I can get funding. I'm going to leverage that. You notice money is the last thing of value of your resources. So you look at how can I be more valuable to the marketplace, not, growing and working on it. Yes. But how do I go ahead and take that into the marketplace? Right? We have the knowledge. We're learning the knowledge. Maybe you don't have that much money. Great. Your credit's not the best. Okay. We do have knowledge. You're rich with relationships in Renatus, right? If you guys are going out there and actually intentionally building these relationships, going to all the meetings, talking to everybody, connecting, plugging in, and creating that time in your business. Does this make sense? So, and self-reflection, guys, like how can I be more valuable? Right? I figure out, this is about self-reflection, being honest with ourselves. Where am I at? Where do I want to go? Who can help me get there? What can I do to help them? So being of value, if I'm just going out there and asking people and I'm taking, and I'm not giving, that's not valuable. I'm not being valuable. I'm just taking. You're not bringing anything to the table. Why should anybody give you part of their deal, part of their money, part of their profits, or whatever it may be? If you're just taking, what value are you providing? We all have different resources. And you can go, the great thing is you can go find other people's money. You can leverage other people's credit. You can leverage other people's time. You can leverage other people's relationships and leverage other people's knowledge. So are you taking advantage of that? Are you guys looking at that with every single person you meet? What is it that is most important to them? How can I bring value to them so that I can get value back from them? Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next month, maybe not next year, whenever that comes. Providing value without expecting something back instantly, right? You can become more valuable. Execution, problem solving, working hard on yourself, mindset, being a leader, being coachable, integrity, trustworthy. So if you're not very valuable, you're not going to get results. If you can't close deals, right? With Renatus has so much info of different ways to be valuable. Are you guys taking advantage of what you guys have in front of you so that you guys can go ahead and help other people as far as the properties? Maybe you have, bad financials with people you know. How are you becoming more valuable? Okay. Now, any questions on that before I move forward? If you work hard on your job, you'll make a living. If you work hard on yourself, you'll make a fortune. Don't wish it was easy, wish for more skill. Problem or solution? Apply knowledge, solutions, leader, creating win-wins, providing these resources. Okay. Now, I want to talk to you guys. You guys picking up what I'm putting down? Type a Y in the chat if we're all good with this. Questions about it? Is this making sense at least? Hope this is making sense for you guys. This is a big, once we started taking on personal development, our business started blossoming. And it's a constant thing, right? Now, so we have some events this week. So Thursday, Hugh Zaretsky is going to be out. And I expect every single one of you guys to be there if you're local. And I expect you to bring one person at least. I don't care who it is. Bring your dog. I want you guys to have one person here. Now, we're going to have it in Modesto. It is now going to be in Stockton because we were expecting, So here's what's going on. I was approached by a buddy of ours in Sacramento. They have a couple people in Stockton and they're trying to run a location, right? And so they approached us because of what we got going on. They want to kind of join forces. They do presentations, twice a month, and then we do cash flows twice a month. So what we're talking about is doing one every other week. This right here is going to help you guys talk better about Renatus. This is going to help you understand Renatus better. This is going to help you guys have guests see exactly what we do, bam, in their face. Cash flow is a great event builder. You guys have been a part of it. The presentations are going to be straight. This is what we got. Who's ready to join? You're going to see us grow a lot. So you guys need to take advantage of it because we're merging with them and we have a bigger team, and you guys need to take advantage of it so that you're getting the results and you're getting your people built up in your team. Now, why do you want a team? Because more people you have on your team, the more resources and properties. It's that simple. That's why this is a great system. Okay. So we're talking about that. And now if you guys ever been to Sacramento, they also do breakout groups. We're going to figure out all these details, but this is kind of what we're looking at. So I'm expecting a lot of you guys that have been in it to step up. I've already got commitments from Mark and Leslie, Sam and Amanda already volunteering, which is phenomenal. Okay. So we're going to do breakout sessions. So we'll be doing the study groups. Then we'll probably have iOS training and maybe a velocity banking breakout sessions, right? So you can run certain sessions, different people. And this is going to great. We got a couple people up there. They're really sharp. I've been working with this guy named Isaac, a nice lady, Christina. She's the one who has got the building. And she's a sharp lady, right? They're going to be, we're going to be working with them and Naisis, cool people. We're going to try it out for a couple months. We're going to put the systems in place and see how it goes. Okay. But we're going to be relying on you guys a lot. Right? This is going to help you guys grow. This is going to help you guys become more valuable. This is going to help you guys immerse around other people. They have great mindset. That's new motivation. It's a lot of great things I'm seeing. And so we're going to take it head on and see how it goes. Right? So I'm expecting you guys to showcase our team, right? We're semi-merging without merging, if that makes any sense. We're collaborating, if you will. And so that's kind of what's going to be going on. They're going to be doing presentations every other Tuesday, and we'll be doing Wednesdays. Now, I'm not going to be doing them every other Wednesday in Stockton because I know we have people in Turlock, Oakdale. So I'm going to coordinate and make that as well. Okay. So what I'm planning on doing, is there any questions about this? Make sure you guys ask me so that we're very clear in what we're doing. So what I'm anticipating is moving the team call after the founders webinars on Monday to 8 p.m. So on Monday, 8 p.m. team call. Tuesday presentation every other Tuesday. Cash flows every other Wednesday. And our team trainings as well. The great thing is the facility is free, right? And it looks like a decent building. So if you guys go, it's in downtown Stockton. It's on the second floor. So you see how I wrote in the text next to Subways? There's Subway. It will be on the second floor. Decent area. We're getting it for free. So we'll be able to use the facilities because they're going to take that on. They're going to cover that cost. Now I'm going to hash out all the details, but this is what I'm seeing. I'm not going to be learning the day-to-day operations. Christina probably will. All the details, me and Naisis will be doing the presenting and the closing and the follow-ups. And you guys are going to be, running registration as long as with Christina and Isaac too, running the study groups, greeting people, helping to set up. So this is what we're talking about, being more valuable. The more valuable you guys are going to be, your guests will be able to see you guys facilitating. They'll be able to put you guys in the front row. I'm going to have you guys be able to tell your stories, what you got going on. So in order for our income to grow, we got to start expanding and thinking a little bit bigger. And we're going to figure out the best way to make this happen because it is in Stockton. We have people in Modesto and whatnot. So we're going to figure it out, but it's an opportunity, right? And what we said is whatever suggests to do it, whatever the outcome, declare it perfect. So it's going to be an opportunity for growth and an opportunity for us all to immerse ourselves in what we got going on. Questions or comments about this? Okay. Dress code is always business casual. Always. Dress to impress. Always. First impressions are key. So it is at 42 North Sutter Street. 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. So if it's 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., what time should you guys be there? I would say get there about 6:45 sharp. 6:30, 6:45. Okay. I'm going to be there around 6 p.m. with Hugh. So the earlier you guys come, the more time you guys have with them. We're going to help set up. Sam and Amanda, Mark and Leslie's going to help out. Felicia will be there. I'm going to need help with registration, which I'm going to have Amanda, probably you do. I got a presentation or a slides. Guys, we're expecting probably 40 plus people. So take advantage of him being here. He is specifically here for you guys. He's not here for them. You know, even though we're all one team, we're a different downline. So he's here for us. And they know that. They know the value our team has down here. They know the value we bring. And they know the connections that we have and how huge it is to have Hugh out here without us having to pay for his flights and all that good stuff. So you guys need to take advantage of the opportunities that are put in front of you guys and execute, right? Because this guy will help you make money. Okay? So I need you guys to all go. When you guys log in, you go to this communication tab, you go to calendar events, and whenever you guys are coming to an event, you always register yourself. Okay? Now, if you guys see Thursday when the meeting is, 7 Pillars of Wealth with Hugh Zaretsky. They also have one up here. We're just doing it separately because we're figuring that out. But as you can see, it's going to have my contact info and it has the address always. Now, as you see, it's registration, $33 for an IMA. That is for us to protect ourselves of other people building in our market. If they want to pay, they can, but we want to build this up for our team first and then open it up to the public. Okay, Hugh Zaretsky will be showcasing the 5 pillars of wealth. What are the 5 pillars of wealth? So register yourself, and it's going to ask you for a promo code or a credit card. You put the promo code, it's ACV, and then you guys will not. You guys, all your guests will be free, and you guys won't have to pay. Nobody know what the 5 pillars of wealth are? So we have banking, taxes, real estate, business, and what? Knowledge. Hugh's going to be training on this. He has one of the best, one of the better presentations I've seen. So make sure you guys are registering yourself. Make sure you guys have some people coming. Make sure you guys take advantage of the opportunities when they're in front of you. Be of more value, serving, right? We talked about serving, being a servant leader. You can't lead unless you can follow, right? We can't lead unless we can follow. Any questions on this event? Hugh doesn't come out here often. He's on his way back from Hawaii. I think he's going to Seattle. He might be going to New York first. I'm not sure. So he's specifically stopping here for us. No, it will not. No, James, it won't. This is an introduction to Renatus. It's a presentation. So no, these are not. The intensive ones are. This is to show people who we are, what we do, in an overview of our operation. Okay. who we are, what we do, and who we're looking to work with. And now I need you guys to be there so I can introduce you to some of the people we're going to be working with, Isaac and Christina, Naisis, and they're going to have some of their team up from Sacramento come down. And Naisis made $100,000 in marketing on his first year. So he has a great marketing background. I have a good real estate background. You guys can learn a lot from him. His team is doing well themselves. So that's why I'm excited to get you guys around them. We could start plugging in and helping each other out. Okay. Now, be very aware of how you're talking, presenting yourself, right? How do you want people to perceive you? What's your mindset, your value? Complaining or negative, right? Be aware of these things, how you're dressed, right? We're here. This is what we do to get results. We're not here to hang out. We're all friends. There's time and a place for that, but we're here to work, right? We're here to grow. We're here to be more valuable. We're here to make some money. We're here to help people out. We're here to gain resources, people's properties. And we're here to learn from others. We're here to be coachable. Are we clear on everything? I do not want a text message 10 minutes before asking me one of these questions. So you guys get there around 6. I will be there around 6:15-ish, 6 o'clock. Great. So just Leslie and Mark are clear on that. Awesome. And James. Thanks, James. All right, guys. You said you got it. All right. Like I said, I appreciate everything you guys are doing. Sam and Amanda, I want to say thank you for stepping up. Mark and Leslie have also committed to stepping up. So, yes, I appreciate you guys. You know, I know it's in Stockton. It's, you know, it's going to be in Stockton, nice area. We're going to figure it out. We're going to move team calls to Monday. I don't know if we're going to do it next week yet. I'm going to talk to everybody. I'm going to talk with them, have a sit down, and be extremely clear on what's expected, right? We want to create an environment of success, an environment where you guys can grow and prosper. But ultimately, how it's going to go down is going to depend on you guys, how your guys' morale is, how you guys are interacting with each other, how kind of environment, fun and learning and growing and helping people. No negativity, right? No complaining. Abundance mindset over scarcity mindset, looking for solutions, not problems, right? Figuring things out. Guys, make sure you guys are doing everything you can to figure out whatever challenge you have before you contact me so I can help you out the best way I can. Okay? Make sure you guys are taking full responsibility for your business. Don't expect it from anybody else. Okay? Now with that, I am going to move it over to Miss Leslie for this week's study group.
Hello, everybody. Okay, we're going to go over real estate red flags with Chris Album. Our chapters, I believe, were 16 through 30. And we just want to make sure that we're protected when we look into purchasing real estate. So Mark's going to go over the classes. Are you ready, Mark?
Yeah, we're good to go. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, perfect. First of all, that was an awesome thing Jose was laying down for you guys. So take that to heart and definitely got to do those things to grow the business and yourselves. So let's go ahead and get into this. Let's start off at 16. So, excuse me, we're going to do a little group of participation. So I'm not just going to ramble off stuff. So I'm just going to ask some questions. So 16 was really about appreciation. So who can tell me what appreciation is about with Chris Album? How do we get appreciation or how does it come about? Just go ahead and type it in the chat and then we can go from there. So there's a few things that he talked about. How do we get appreciation? Anybody? Are we still awake? Equity, okay. So how do we get the equity? How do we achieve equity? How is that achieved? Is it
You
possible?
need to unmute people, Mark, and call them. Don't feel free to do that.
Unmute them? Oh, just call on people? Sure.
If they're not participating, unmute them and call on them.
True, can be appreciated by a cost of living. What else? How about, let's go with Leslie. What do you got, Leslie? Where you at? Let's unmute you. How do I unmute you?
I'm unmuted.
Okay. What else? What else is caused by appreciation?
Increase in the market value of the property can be affected by the things in the market like damage to the property, change in income from the property, often keeps pace with cost of living.
Perfect. Thank you. Also, paying down the debt, right? So when your tenants are paying down the rent that's going towards your mortgage, that'll go for equity as well, right? So that'll cause for appreciation as well. All right, let's go to the next one, depreciation. So give me some reasons, or how do we do depreciation? How do you depreciate your property? How many years can you depreciate a residential property? How about you, Xavier? What do you think? 15 years for residential? Actually, it's 27 and a half, right? 15 years would be on land improvement, right? And then 39 years would be on your commercial properties. So keep that in mind when you want to depreciate things. You're going to write it off on your taxes, right? So let's go ahead and move on to something else. Let's see, cash flow. So tell me something about cash flow. How do you get cash flow? What's the formula? Let's see, Sam and Amanda, what you got? There?
Yeah, sorry, we're stuck in the chat. So you're just asking, how do we get cash flow on a property?
Yeah, what's the formula? I mean, how do you get cash flow? There's a formula, right? What is it?
I can't remember a formula, to be honest with
I
you.
don't remember the formula.
I don't remember the formula. I'm not going to lie to you.
So what it is really is income minus expenses, right? Exactly. So whatever you get coming in and you take away your expenses, that's going to be your cash flow, right?
I'm gonna write that down.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you should do that in cash flow.
I thought I was muted.
All right, so let's see what else. So money in and debt going out, that's the differences. You got to make sure that you account for all your expenses. So what expenses do we have that we have to subtract from our income that will affect our cash flow? Throw some out there. What are there? I'll give you a few. Taxes, insurance, mortgage, what else? Let's see, who haven't we talked to? How about James and Ruth? What you got?
Liens, notes.
There you go. Anybody else? Let's see, who hasn't talked yet? How about Felicia? What you got, Felicia? Lost rent, that's right. Utilities, perfect. How about maintenance? Don't forget to add your maintenance costs in there. If the owner has to pay the utilities, damages as well. You have to count all of this in your cash flow for your rentals, because if you don't, you're not going to get cash flow and you're going to lose money. Ruth, there you go. Maintenance, exactly. Don't forget management fees if you're going to manage the property. HOA fees if you have HOAs. So, the key is to have some reserves. So in case you have that problem, right? Property management, exactly.
Quick question, Mark. One more time. You said income minus taxes equals cash flow, right?
Income minus expenses.
Expenses equals cash flow. Thank you. Just making sure.
Yeah. All right, so let's go to the offer and the contract. So do we leave blank spaces in a contract? Is that true or false? Anybody, chat? No, perfect. Why? Why do we not do that? Simple fact that somebody can fill it in later, right? And you won't know what's going on. So if it doesn't apply, put NA in it or put something in it, right? Make sure you read every word. You know, you got to understand what's going on. If not, have your attorney look it over. Have your attorney review it. Get copies. Make sure you get copies of the agreement, of the contract. Okay, so what kind of contingencies can we use in our contracts to get out of a property if we don't want it anymore? Throw some out there. What contingencies can we use? Or other words, what escape clauses can you use in a contract? For example, the ability to obtain financing, inspection, right, perfect. What else is there? What else you guys got? Clauses, yes, clauses. What kind of clauses do you want to put in? Contingency on partner's approval, exactly. Perfect. There is tons of them that we can use. You want to make sure you put those in there to cover your, you know, cover your butts so you guys don't get stuck with the property that you don't want, right? Or there's something that came up and you're not aware and it's just not going to be a good thing for you. So let's see. So why did Chris say it is better to buy a property as is? Does anybody know why he said that? When you tell an owner that you'll buy his property as is, what does that do for the owner?
Say that one more time, Mark.
So why would Chris say he buys his properties as is? What is the purpose that he puts that in there for? To protect from being sued, okay, because it gives you the upper hand on the deal. It takes away their problem, true. So really what the owners have to do is they have to disclose any known defect, material defect to the house. So that's why he does that, so he doesn't have to worry about that. And that is an advantage for you, for the seller. So it's not a problem. They don't have to disclose that. Any known material defects, right? They have to know about it. That's cool, very good. So now he gets into environmental issues. I mean, we had the issues, that's for probates, right? He said it was for probates as well, yeah. I mean, I think you can do it for all as well. They have to disclose regardless, so that's a good point, Catherine. So now we get into the environmental issues. We came up with, there was lead issues, there's asbestos, there's mold, there's meth labs. I mean, really, you know, what's the issue with lead paint? Why would we, you know, what we have to do to let people radon, exactly, radon is the radiation coming from the ground, right? So there's certain, whatever he called it, that has to meet a criteria for it to be safe for people to live in. Lead paint really causes, I think it's brain damage to young children. Oh no, that's asbestos, I'm sorry. So that has to be mitigated, as well as mold. Mold, really, he said there wasn't really a stick building syndrome. Exactly, no lead for sure. Mold is really about moisture. He said there really wasn't no backing medically that it really affects people. It's a potential it could. He said there's over like 1,000 different molds, but only 6 that might affect people in certain ways in health. Other than that, so lead, asbestos, mold, radon, we covered. Meth, yeah, meth, you have to have that mitigated. You have to call the health department on that and see what they can do to certify that's been taken care of, because there's going to be some residue, you know, there might be some fuel storage tanks, infestation of bugs, termites, all that other stuff. So, you know, it's not bad to have a meth house if you have to buy one, but you just got to make sure you call the health department. And that's on all of these environmental issues. Make sure we're calling the health department and see how that has to be mitigated I have to take care of it. It's got to get certified. So that's really covers 16 to 30. So if there's any questions, let me know. If not, I'll head it back to Leslie and see what she's got for the next rest of the red flags.
Well, I think you did such an awesome job, Mark, that you can finish the class for us if you wouldn't mind, all the way till 40.
But of course.
Thank you. Okay, Jose, we're good.
So you guys did not finish red flags?
No, they have 40 classes. We only went to 30. We had to break it up in 3 weeks.
Interesting.
It's a huge class.
So are we looking at solutions or are we looking at problems, guys? So 40 classes is not a lot for 7 days.
That was on my end though, Jose, because I only did the first 15 thinking we were doing 3 separate classes.
All right, guys. I'm giving you a pass this week. I'm not going to be easy. I'm going to be a tough cookie.
Well, we have
Thank
13
you,
classes.
sir.
All right. I want to, it's, all
Jose?
right. So it's a half a class a week. All right. I got it. I know what's going on. It's all good. But it's not that many classes, right? It's really not. The class, I think, altogether is 5 hours or 6 hours. It's not that long. So 3 hours a week, 30 minutes a day. Just break it down. Whatever it is, break everything down into small baby steps for you guys. Don't make it, just a little bit every day. That's the key. 31 through 43. Got you. So that's the key. Maybe this one was longer. That's the key though, right? Break it down in manageable situations. So one of the things I heard about, you guys were talking about analyzing cash flow. See, guys, we're analyzing cash flows, and I'm getting questions about stuff that's you guys are learning in your classes. So I want to make sure you guys are implementing the classes and what you're learning. Make sure you guys are, going down, really taking it in. I know, it's your first time going through a class. I understand. If you guys aren't understanding something, just replay it. It's okay, right? And so, but I want to congratulate every one of you guys who watched your classes. I could tell you guys, I think Mark, you did a really good job engaging everybody. And it's about masterminding and talking about it. And it's not so much about just one person, just talking. It's about masterminding, right? And when we're going to start doing these breakout sessions in person, that's what it's going to be, right? That's how we want to run it, asking questions. Because other people's perspectives and bouncing ideas off each other, that's when it becomes fun and we start learning and we coming up with ideas. So you guys are doing a great job. I want to congratulate every single one of you guys for taking on that commitment of, making sure you guys are going through your classes and doing what's necessary, right? So everybody, so you guys are doing real estate red flags 31 through 43. So everybody's clear on that. Leslie will also post it in the group me and the Facebook, right? Now, make sure tomorrow we are doing a team only training. How many of you guys are going to be able to come tomorrow? That is not how you spell it. In Manteca. If we do not have enough people, we do have Thursday's event. We can do something else. How many of you guys want to do team only training? We have it in Manteca. We have the room booked at the regular round table. Okay. Well, let's do this. Since we have Thursday, do you guys want to do it in person? I mean, it's going to be up to you guys. We can do an online webinar where it's going to be very similar to what we do in person. Because we have Thursday, I don't want, Thursday is what's important this week. Okay. If you guys want to do tomorrow, we can do tomorrow, or we can do it in person, or we can do it online just to save you guys some time, some gas. Either way, I'm down. What do you guys think? Okay. So this is what we'll do. I'm going to give you guys tomorrow off. Okay. In person is more engaging. Yeah, I got you. I got you. That's why we're gonna be doing this. That's why I'm taking on this merging and this and this, collaboration, because I think it's gonna benefit us, as far as being in person and doing things. It's gonna kind of accelerate us. So let's take off tomorrow. If you guys want to do a team call, we can. But I want everybody to plan to try to be Thursday at 6 p.m. to help us set up and to interact with Hugh. Okay, it's about building relationships. I want you guys to get his phone number. So be there at 6 o'clock, 42 North Sutter, Stockton, second floor. So tomorrow, no training. Okay, we're going to be having a lot of stuff coming up. So, guys, this is your business. You guys can run the business, how you guys want. If you guys want to plug in, that's what we're providing. This system is for you guys to use. You're going to get in what you put out, right? So if you guys want to do something else and not do events, that's up to you. It's your business, right? That's okay with me. But we're going to take tomorrow off. But I want you guys to be there at 6 p.m. on Thursday. Okay. I want you guys to get prepped, work on your classes tomorrow, look at some properties, take advantage of having that time off and use it in your business. When I say off, I don't mean taking time off your business, right? I mean, we're not going to make it out. Okay. So take advantage of tomorrow, look up some properties, make some offers, make some phone calls, connect with some people, have some fun, right? And be there Thursday at 6 p.m. so that I can talk to you guys with Hugh. You guys can help us set up. Hugh, I will picking up Hugh tomorrow late. I'll be picking up tomorrow from the airport, so it kind of helps me out a little bit too. And we don't want to overwhelm ourselves. We want to make sure we can execute, right? So Thursday, 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock, I'm sorry. So that we can get it popping. All right. I hope you guys have a good one. And I will talk to you guys soon. Later. Thank you. Appreciate you guys.